So Disney has taken it upon themselves to contextualize past TV shows such as the Muppets from the 70s, the original Muppet Show. They've taken it upon themselves to contextualize it for us because that's something that we can't do on our own, apparently. Make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe button. Also click on my link fly. Click on that. I always pin it at the top of my description box of all my videos. Make sure you subscribe and follow me on my various social media platforms. Go ahead and click that join button that you see below. But getting into this particular story, it's important to highlight this because we are going to see more and more of this going forward. And what they're actually doing in this case, when it comes to Disney Plus, they're going to be posting old episodes of past shows, and in this case, the Muppets. They're going to be throwing a 12-second non-skippable disclaimer, just letting you know that all of these stereotypes that you see, they're wrong. They were wrong then and they're wrong now. The point of them doing this is to protect children. The thing is, that is the job of the parents of children to contextualize whatever their kids are watching. So we don't need Disney Plus to be an extra daddy for the kids. That's not what we need. We don't need Disney Plus to be an extra mama for the kids. But the one thing I am glad that Disney decided not to do is that they decided not to alter any of their original shows or movies. So there aren't going to be any alterations to the original content that was made, which is good. And this is regardless of any sort of offensive stereotypes that are in some of them, because there are some stereotypes that are obviously in some of the older Disney shows and Disney movies. But regardless of how offensive some of those may be, it's important that we don't get into any sort of habit of trying to erase anything from the past, because we have to build on history, not erase it, not destroy it, build on it and learn from it. And when it comes to the media, that needs to be the case as well. So we don't need to get into the habit of erasing things just because it gets somebody in their feelings. Regardless of whether it's right or wrong, it was already a produced work a long time ago. So no need to alter that. Learn from it. But putting a 12-second disclaimer at the start of each episode, I don't think that's a step in the right direction. We don't need disclaimers popping up in various shows and movies just because it contains something that you may want to put some context on. We don't need to start that trend. That is a silly trend, especially if you can't skip these damn disclaimers. And it's going to be pretty annoying to have to sit through a 12-second disclaimer every single time you watch something. We're going to have to get used to that. And hey, it's starting off being at the start of these episodes, but hey, we don't know how far they may take this in the future. So diving into the story a bit more, brought to us by the Daily Wire, Kermit canceled. Disney slaps offensive content label on the Muppet Show. Yes, they really did do that. They really did do that. Disney has decided that the Muppet Show featuring Kermit the Frog, Fozzie Bear, and Miss Piggy contains offensive content and can now be seen only on an adult account. They trying to be an extra daddy in the home that we don't need. We don't need Disney. We don't need Disney as a daddy. We don't need that. I watched all of that stuff as a kid, as I'm sure most of the adults watching me watched all of these shows as kids. And I do remember watching the original Muppet Show with my dad every now and then, when viewers opened the streaming service, which made 5 series available last Friday, viewers are greeted with the disclaimer: this program includes negative depictions and or mistreatment of people or cultures. These stereotypes were wrong then and they're wrong now, the Daily Mail reported. Rather than remove this content, we want to acknowledge its harmful impact, learn from it, and spark conversation to create a more inclusive future together. Disney is committed to creating stories with inspirational and aspirational themes that reflect the rich diversity of the human experience around the globe, the statement says. Said the Mail. The warning is believed to refer to Muppet characters designed as stereotypes of Native Americans, Arabs, and East Asians. Twitter users blasted the move. Nothing screams offensive like furry puppets. Yeah. I never, as a child, saw any of that stuff as being, when I would see stereotypes in there, even as a child, I recognized that those weren't accurate depictions. And the reason why, even as a kid, I was able to recognize this, and I wasn't the only kid, because it's a bunch of talking Muppets. You already know, even as a kid, you know, okay, this ain't real. This is a frog that's talking. So if they have talking animals that aren't even real animals, they're Muppets, come on. These are not real depictions of anything. So kids are smarter than you think, so I don't think it's necessary to have Disney put these disclaimers on here, especially when it's the parents' job to contextualize it. Because parents should be aware of whatever the kids are watching, and if they're aware of what they're watching, they're gonna already put some context on it. Oh, this show is super old, that's why you see that stuff. In January, Disney blocked children younger than 7 from watching some classic animated movies, including Peter Pan, Dumbo, and the Aristocats. When I was a little boy, I was watching rated R movies. And I know that's technically, you're not supposed to do that, but me, along with many of the children around the world, I was watching Terminator, all kind of stuff when I was a little boy. And I was watching it with my parents sometimes. So when you have parents there, they put context on things for you. That's their job. Which is my biggest gripe with this whole thing, is it's the job of the parents to do that. Disney added disclaimers to classic films on a streaming service to warn viewers that some scenes contain negative depictions and mistreatment of people or cultures. These stereotypes are wrong then and wrong now. Rather than remove this content, we want to acknowledge its harmful impact, learn from it, and spark the conversation to create a more inclusive future together, says the 12-second disclaimer, which cannot be skipped. Yes. So according to the Daily Wire, you can't skip it. And I don't have Disney Plus, so I can't test this out myself. For those that have it, let me know. Let me know your experience. As part of our ongoing commitment to diversity and inclusion, we are in the process of reviewing our library and adding advisories to content that includes negative depictions or mistreatment of people of cultures. The site says, we can't change the past, but we can acknowledge it, learn from it, and move forward together to create tomorrow that today can only dream of. Yeah. I think this is the woke left again, doing things that are unnecessary. And I don't think anyone is making the argument that there are no stereotypes in past Disney works. Nobody's saying is saying that. So everyone is acknowledging that, yeah, there's some stuff in past Disney works that don't look good today, especially. But with that being said, we don't need to see a whole bunch of disclaimers that can't be skipped, telling us something that a parent can tell their kids in 5 seconds. Hey, This is old, and what they thought back then wasn't right. This is not accurate. These are stereotypes. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe button, and blessings to you.